Hey, hey gang. I decided to do a Thursday live stream instead of a Wednesday live stream. And I've been debating on this for a while because I didn't know if the overlap would be too much between, having it on Monday nights and then on Wednesday, if that's too close in time, if I should extend that out a little bit. So that's why I decided to do it on Thursday instead of Wednesday. Now, same format. I'd like to have people come on who are, from Europe or something. If they want to get on the live stream, they can send me an email, and I will send them a return email with an invite link. And the email's at the bottom of the screen, joedaddysgarage@gmail.com. Another thing I'm considering doing with this, and I haven't looked at it very hard yet, is the idea of simulcast this with with my Facebook page. And I haven't done it yet, and I don't know, but I thought that might be interesting too, because I know there are people that may not be able to get here during the live stream, and maybe they want to see it or have access to a Facebook account or whatever. So that's just another thing that I'm considering doing. And other than that, I'm running today again on the Ethernet cable that I finally got fully installed. And man, that was I know it's not that complicated. It's not that hard to connect things and just follow the instructions, right? Well, I ran into some conflicts while I was putting it together. And to make it come into the garage, I had to do certain things. I had to dig a trench. So I went out, I bought just a trenching shovel. I did not go out and rent a trencher. It's only about 40 feet. And I thought, well, if I buy the trenching shovel, I have a friend who uses stuff like that all the time. If nothing else, he could borrow it and use it, put it to good use. So I think it was $29 at Lowe's versus 100 and something for the rental, 140 for whatever. Okay. So now I'm starting to get some comments. So Leonard here is from Shaking, California. That doesn't sound good. Guido's here. Nick's here. Okay, good. Got 21 viewers. And we all know that the weather is being strange at this point. I'm getting rain, and it's been off and on the past week. It's been hitting us rain either in the morning or in the afternoon, which makes it kind of difficult to do things when I have this boat that I need to push outside and do other things. So I was going to mention I didn't get very far. I did swap out the brake hose on the Impala, and after doing that, lo and behold, we got tremendous pressure coming out of the rear wheel cylinders. Had my wife out here help me earlier, but we're still having some issues building pressure, and there may be some air in the system that needs to be fully bled out. So we worked on it a little while and then just let it sit. Sometimes you got to let stuff sit like that, and the air bubbles could work the way out of the master cylinder and different things. So we'll give it a little break and try it again later. Yeah, Ron, ditch digging in Georgia. Yeah, the nice part about it is Georgia clay is tough. If everybody's ever dug a hole in Georgia, it's not easy. So what I did is I waited while it had rained. I timed it out to where the ground was pretty moist or wet. I hate that word, wet. Ground was wet. And hey, Greg. And anyway, was able to dig out the trench, with that shovel. And I did hit some hard spots, and then it worked out really good. So everything's in place. The conduit's underground. I fed 2 lines through the conduit, so I have 2 feeds if I need it. I did have an issue with the wall outlet that I'd ordered off of Amazon. It ended up having, and it was odd, if you look at the way that thing is made, it's like a little spring. Hey, Randall. Brisket. You guys are killing me. If you look at the way those things are made, it's like a little wires that are they're like little spring wires. So when you insert the end of the cable, it just kind of rides on those little springs and pushes them down. Well, I had two of those that for some reason they had gotten offset. And when it did, they went down and they wouldn't come back up. They were in the slots. So I had to get a little piece of safety wire and just get in beside it and relieve that so it could pop back up. And now it's all working. And I think I may have messed up. I have that little tester tool that I got with my kit. I think I may have messed that up. There's some issue with, I don't know. But nonetheless, I am now on the Ethernet cable. So things should remain smooth from here, I hope. Man, it's brisket. Randall, brisket. Yep. Marshall, glad you got it done. Have to love the great humidity here in Georgia after it rains. Yes. That's another thing. I've said it before. I try to exercise. I try to run as often as, hey, Rick, as often as, I say as often as I can. Usually it's about every other day that I try to run at least a 5K. And I've been hitting 4.5 miles and just trying to, keep the heart ticking and muscles moving and stuff like that. But man, you got to get up early, because if you wait, you're killing yourself with all the humidity pounding on you. It's not fun. But I will say this though, it's been good this year so far. It hasn't been that smoking hot. I know well, we're almost at the end of June, really, and usually by this time of year it is plenty hot. And I see that what did Leonard, he posted? Okay, so I-15. Okay, that's not a temperature. I thought it was 115. So that'd be really hot. So he's talking about the earthquake that apparently they had. If it keeps it up, California's going to end up sliding off into the ocean, or else Old Faithful is going to decimate the planet with some sort of crazy eruption. Okay. Sorry. Getting messages on the side. Leonard Walters. What are you referring to? Besides the Western Slope, you have the best peaches. Are you talking about Georgia? Or are you talking about something else? Anyway, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the rain's coming down, so I'm still gonna do the live stream. And again, if anybody wants to join on, send me an email. I think on. Oh, okay. Okay. The Western Slope. Besides the Western Slope. I'm not sure what that means. Western Slope. Okay. Phil Miller. Greetings to California. High today, 102 and 107 tomorrow. No thanks. We have Karsten here from Denmark. Glad you're here. That's always nice. And see, that's kind of why I want to try to do this midweek thing, is to get people from Europe on here, and Greg from Australia. He's visiting. If you haven't been checking him out, Greg Workshop. He's been working on a forge, and I think it's gonna be really nice. Coming real handy for him to build things with that. Well, let's see. We have Chloe Sotomayor. Greetings from southeastern Wisconsin. Only 72 degrees here. Yeah, I mean, the temperature here right now is nice, but with the rain and the humidity, that's going to be, that's always a difficulty. And, I think, let's see, what's Randall saying? Swapping out the 4.57 ratio in my rear end for 325 soon. I ordered an inch-pound torque wrench, though. through your Amazon link. Oh, cool. You get a bell for that. Here in Mountain Green, Utah. Man, you got me thinking about that brisket. Scott Kearney from Abu Dhabi. That's a long way away. And we have Jasper here. I think we're going to end up having on, let me see here. Let me check my information. Nope, hold on a second. Okay. Well, I have an email from Mo. I don't know if he wants to join the live stream. I'll send him a link anyway and see if he wants to. If he does, fine. If he doesn't, that's okay too. But I'll send him a link. So now you know. He's in Marlow, UK. All right. Oh, nice. We got Darren Garrett from Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. 68 Camaro. That's good. So you've been looking at my Camaro videos more than likely, I assume. And let me see here. Okay. I was going to announce this. I'll announce it today. If you've seen the video for Jack W and his 66 GT that I did a video on up in New Jersey. Rick Stevenson is checking in from Grand Cayman Island today. Wow. So are you on vacation and you're listening to this? Okay. I'm hoping if you are on vacation, you're enjoying yourself, but okay. But what I was going to say was on Monday night's live stream, I'm going to have I'll go back to the 66 Mustang GT that I was talking about. That was Jack's that I did the video on. And there was a comment made on the video that Kevin had owned it like 3 years prior or something like that. So he was the previous owner, or I don't know, somewhere in the sequence before Jack got it. Well, he and Jack got together and exchanged some information on the car, which I thought was great. And then Kevin wants to be on the live stream. And so on Monday, we're going to have a connection there with Kevin talking about or whatever he's working. I know he's working on 2 Mustang projects, but it's kind of neat that through that video, Kevin and Jack were able to connect and, help create that timeline for that 66 GT. You're there for work? Grand Cayman Islands? You're there for work? Man, that must be rough. Let's see. Oh, RJ. I didn't see that. Hot in Norway today, 86 degrees. I'm sure that it probably is hot. Oh, no. So Rick's saying they're on lockdown. Go to work and back to the hotel. Well, I hope the hotel has some amenities you can enjoy. Maybe a hot tub or a swimming pool or something along those lines. I hope. Hope you're just not confined to a room and forced to listen to me talk about stuff. Coffee. Gotta have it. So anyway, on Monday we're going to have Kevin on the live stream talking about the history or whatever of the Mustang GT and then projects that he's working on. It would be kind of neat, even if I had Jack get on as well. They could actually have a conversation with the two of them and, go from there. All right. So I don't know if Mo or Moses is interested in getting, wow. Can you hear that rain? It's starting to come down pretty hard now. And I hope it's not affecting the sound. I know it gets loud in here when we get heavy rain. Let's see. We have 85 degrees, no fun. We're used to having around 70 degrees. Yeah, that's a big difference. That's a big difference. Leonard finally found hood bumpers for the Torino from Steel Rubber. Not bad, $6 a piece. Can't beat that. So Rick has said he's confined to his room. He calls it a cell, a nice cell, but a cell nonetheless. Well, I'm glad you're here regardless. And at least you have apparently Wi-Fi. And so you can access the internet, do different things. Plus, you're getting paid for being there. So that's a plus too. What else is going on? Oh. Paul is asking, have you ever rebuilt a 1967 power steering pump? The answer is no, I have not. A lot of that stuff, stuff like that, I typically wouldn't go out of my way to rebuild. I know the easy answer is to replace it, buy a new one, but I don't know what all is going to be involved with rebuilding that pump. So I'm sure there's kits available. At least I hope there's kits available. And, but I have not rebuilt one of those. Sorry. What else? Oh, you got Impala. There was something else I was going to talk about. Uh-oh. Steve, Footage Factory. He's got a surprise. I'm not sure what that means, Steve. Don't scare me. You gonna be on the on the podcast, on the live stream, Steve? Send me an email. We'll go there. We'll go from there. I've been getting notifications that people have been buying stuff on Amazon, which is great. I appreciate everybody doing that. That helps with all the process. And there's a lot of things. I've said it before. There's still a lot of things going on. I've tried to address some things with the Brooklyn Pony, talking about the cross member and stuff like that. I did that video. That was well received. I know people are anxious or want to see videos on that car, and I want to make videos on that car. And now that I have some parts, which, as a matter of fact, if you look right there, that's a box from TCI, and that has, I assume, the new standard height spindles inside. So I have not opened it yet. So I'm going to send Steve. I'm going to say Steve. I know it says Steven on his email. He'll have to correct me if I'm wrong. Saying Steve. All right. So Leonard, Paul, their easy rebuild kits are around $15. Well, there you go. Thank you, Leonard. Good advice. Randall, does anyone have opinions about putting larger gas tank in 67 Mustang or Cougar, pros and cons? That is something to think about. I know they make the larger gas tanks. I've seen where it's taller on the inside, I believe, that it takes up more of the trunk space or the cavity space. And I'm not sure exactly how much it adds. If it's, my mind is saying it's like 7 gallons, I think, that it adds to it, but I'm not 100% sure. And I've looked at that before because the quantity on the tank is not that big, and I think if you add that taller tank, can you hear that, Rain? I think it brings it up closer to the floor of the fender, the drop-off panels, I think. But I'm sure will have a response to that. But it would be nice to have extra fuel. That's for sure. 87 in the Netherlands. Too hot to stay outside for too long. Yeah. Okay, so Randall, you think to go from 16 to 20 or 22? Yeah, I knew it was somewhere in that range. My mind was saying 15. Well, I sent you an email. Let me try it again. Did you pay your internet bill? I sent it to you twice now. 2 times, Steve. Could be the rain slowing it down. Never know. Marshall, isn't stock fuel capacity around 16 gallons? Yeah, Cannonball. I always like the way the R models did, welding 2 bottom halves together. Yeah, I guess you could do that. You lose a lot of truck space, though. That's for sure. But I do know they sell a large capacity tank. It just, again, eats into your floor space, from what I understand. I don't know if Steve's. I've sent him the email twice. So we'll have to see what happens if he gets it. All right. So, like I said, working on the Brooklyn Pony, doing the update. I know people want to see stuff like that. They want to see what's going on and why and how and whatever. One of the more difficult things at this point is the fact, again, I have to get this Impala out of here because I want to be able to use the hoist to lift the transmission out of the box and get it on the transmission jack so I can roll it underneath the car on the lift and test fit everything, including the cross member and everything else. All right, Steve. I don't know what you got. What's going on there? Let me. I don't know, man. It's showing that it went. I can try one more time, see what happens. Yeah, I don't know, man. I sent them. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, so that's the other thing I got to do is get this, finish up the Impala and get it out the door. Yeah, you probably will, Steve. So what else is going on out there? Open to comments and questions, and I could just ramble on about nothing. I will say, here's an update though. I did the door seal videos a while back, a year or so ago, and about putting the Memtech company and putting the brush seals all the way around the roll-up door and then my entry door. And I think I talked about this before, where I had done the video. I don't know what's up, Steve. I sent it. But I'd done the video showing that product, in the install. And initially when I did that video, I called the company. I said, hey, can you work with me, give me a discount or something along those lines for me to do a video and show you product. And they really didn't want to do much. But once I made the video, they were like, hey, how can we get the rights? Basically, they wanted to just have the video. And I'm looking, Ron. I don't see where it's at. They just wanted to just like have possession of the video for themselves. And I said, no. When I initially talked to them about it, had they give it to me for free or something like that, I would have maybe considered it. But they wanted to create a link. No, Ron, I don't see your question, man. I just went up and down. Yeah. So you may have to resubmit. Okay. Well, I see Steve. Let me see. Does he have? Okay, he's got clothes on. Okay. All right. Well, let me see if I can get Steve on here, and I'll continue talking about the door stuff in a minute. So Yep, there's Steve. Is it Steve or Steven?
It's Steven, but call me Steve. My friends call me Steve. Your choice.
I'll call you Steve then. What's up?
All right, I got a new surprise. Unfortunately, here's the old car. The new car is no longer here, but here's my new car.
Your new car?
68 Mustang.
Okay. So what happened to the one you had?
No, I still got it. It's right here. I got both. I got two. 289.
Where's the other one?
It's at the body shop. Just took it this morning.
Oh, okay.
I've been waiting to do a live stream just to show you guys. Here it is.
Okay. Okay. So you made a little video of the car going to the body shop.
Not going to the body shop, but just a new video of the car. And it's actually my wife's. She saw it and she's like, I gotta have it. 289 C code. And this car is freaking straight, dude. Couldn't believe it.
Good.
And I'm not gonna cut it up like this one. It's running. The engine replaced the distributor. This engine is stout, dude. Whoever had this last time, this thing is
good.
And on my video, I lit up the tires. This thing is nice, dude.
So this is on your YouTube channel. Again, it's Footage Factory, right?
Yep, Footage Factory.
Okay, so if anybody wants to see Steve/Steven's 68 Mustang that he just got, go to Footage Factory and check it out and have a look at it.
I got a few questions. So this engine is stout. It was running on like 6 cylinders. It was misfiring. Replaced the distributor, replaced the coil, and now the engine's pretty nice. But I just want a few extra horsepower. And what do you recommend? Just squeeze out for a 289.
A few extra. What size carburetor's on it?
It's a 4-belt Edelbrock, but I don't know.
Okay, so you don't know what the cam is. You don't know.
It sounds pretty stock.
Yeah, I mean, the go-to is normally like an Edelbrock Performer package, and you put in a cam and lifters and put on a 600 carburetor, and it'll give you some ponies. But I don't know what specifically, but that's usually the go-to. Is just upsizing the cam a little bit and put new lifters in, and go from there. But
I think I'm going to do a video when I get it, because I get it back next Wednesday, ETA, and I'm going to take it to the dyno, and I just want to see what the numbers are, just as right now.
Okay, so what, are we wagering?
We should. My wife said 200, and I was like, to the wheels, I bet you it's 180.
Yeah, to the wheels, you'll be lucky. If it's a stock engine, I mean, yeah, I'd be. It might hit 180. It might, but
you want to put a wager on it? Okay, here's the wager. If it's 180, I got to donate $25 to your channel when I come back. I'm sorry, if it's below 180. If it's above 180, you got to send me a hat.
Below 180, I get $25. Above 180, you get a hat. See, but that's just, I have to watch the video.
God, don't let me ruin your day.
I'll take the bet.
Deal.
I'll take the bet.
Okay.
So there you go.
Well, that's all I had, man. I'm sorry.
I thought you had a question. Oh, you did a camshaft question. That's it.
Camshaft. It's one-legged, so one tire just lights it up, and the other tire's.
Yay.
I'm actually stealing right now. I'm cleaning the garage and going through all of. I'm actually stealing the mechanism for the rear windows, because they took out the mechanism, and I'm taking it to the body shop. It might happen for longer if they match up, but because I'm just gonna prop the windows up on this. I'm just gonna prop them up. I don't care. This car is, gonna be a race car. But
yeah.
My wife's car, I'm gonna I'm gonna see if the guy could put the mechanisms and make it nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sounds good.
So,
Uh
and
oh,
then
we have Mo. Mo is saying 190 to the wheel.
Oh man, I don't think so, man. I'm lucky if I get 180.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you will be lucky to get 180. What's the name of the shop? I'll give him a call.
The shop that it's
The dyno shop. Make sure
dyno
it's
shop.
170.
I actually, yeah, I found one. I haven't even called him yet, so I'm gonna pay him off. I'm gonna pay him $25.
Yeah.
I get that damn hat.
Well, yeah, you missed out on I did the giveaway.
I know, but I just love being on your channel and BSing because
yeah.
This is actually now literally I've been throwing money on my wife's car, so this is gonna be now just sitting for probably the next. And it's cool because where this thing I've just been turning wrenches, cutting and grinding, and not enjoying it. And then my wife's car, I get to actually enjoy it. So I think I'm gonna swap out the cam, but I'll do that once this is running. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to take away from one you have that you can drive.
Yeah, it's so much fun, man. My wife, it puts a smile on her face, and
yeah,
she loves it, man.
Good. That's good.
It's just the coupe. She wants to wrap it, and she's like, "What color should I do?" And I'm like, "You should do full out chrome." And she goes, "Like Justin Bieber?" And I'm like, "Do it, do it."
Well, if you do that, put it on your video. Have it on your channel, man. That would definitely turn some heads.
For sure. But you know what? I feel bad because I really wanted to show you the car, and I mean, other than putting my ugly mug on your screen, that's all I really have to offer.
You got that? What we need is a little phrase that says, "I'm thinking it's aliens," right? You got the hair going right now.
I do, man.
Whatever that guy's name is.
I gotta tie it back.
Yeah, whatever that guy's name is, where he does all the aliens.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking it was aliens.
The ancient aliens.
Yeah, ancient aliens. Let me see what I've got. We got one comment. Oh, Leonard is saying, if you can find some 351 Windsor heads, it will give you a bit more power.
So would that because the block has the higher deck. I'd be able to fit that with the stock hood, correct?
I think so. I think so.
Because my wife, she just ordering things left and right, so she bought some new valve covers. I'll show you the valve covers.
Did she order them off of Amazon?
No, I wanted her to so I can get the I know she ordered I ordered so she got these.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, pretty nice, huh?
I like those.
It's leaking fluid out of the top hose for the thermostat, so I gotta take all the RTV off, all the gasket, and do that. But God, I'm trying to think what else. None of the gauges work. The oil gauges work. The speedometer, I have an app on my phone that tells me how fast I'm going. Jeez. No, it has a cassette. Oh, so the old owner, he had a pizza box in the trunk, and I'm gonna open up the pizza box, and he had a whole bunch of cassette tapes with a cassette player in the car, but the cassette's broken. So my wife, she's been ordering cassettes. She ordered Bruce Springsteen, the Top Gun soundtrack, and she's like, "We're putting a dang cassette in this car." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever you want."
I like it.
And she ordered some new. Here, I'll show you the wheels. She ordered some new wheels. Ugh.
Oh, okay.
And we got BFGs from Discount Tire. We ordered them. They're on the way. It has a Ford 9-inch, but no posi.
Yeah.
The brakes. Oh, you know what? Actually, thank God I have you. I watched. I typed in a brake upgrade, and what popped up? Joe Daddy's Garage. So I didn't get a chance to fully. The suspension is just wacky. I gotta watch your video and do the brake upgrade. I think I'm gonna do the exact one that you did. Do you get commission off that, or
what's that?
Do you get commission off that? No.
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I doubt he sells them through Amazon, but it's CSRP is the company.
Okay.
Yeah. So while you're there, go ahead and look at your tie rod ends and all that sort of stuff while you're doing it.
Okay. The steering is a little scary. When I was on the freeway, it was just because I end up driving home and it's just all over the place.
Okay. So that's where you need to look at your tie rods and stuff like that. But it could also be some slop in the steering box.
Okay.
So there's a way to adjust that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't have a video on that, but there is a way to adjust it there's a little bolt sticking out with a jam nut on it. It looks like I think it should be like an Allen head.
I wonder, could I do like a mini video? Like, could you walk me through it? And I do the video and just give it to you and you freaking do it for your channel?
I mean, I don't know. But I just haven't considered doing it because it's just a little adjustment you can make where you can move the gears closer together, and it takes some of the slop out.
Okay.
So, we have Marshall. He is saying 150 horsepower.
You know what? He might be right. It has a 4-speed. It's got a 4-speed. It's got it has a cracked windshield. And the reason I think it has a cracked windshield is because the car is so fast that when the air hits it, it just couldn't hold the pressure.
Probably the vacuum on it.
Yeah.
Somebody rolled the side windows down and it created a pulse.
No, the back side windows, they just go down on their own. Just the movement of the car. I have to pull them up with my hands because there's no crank.
Hey, Greg is saying 195 horsepower.
Ooh, so, Greg.
But he's in Australia, so it might be metric.
Don't they do like kilowatts?
It could be a kilowatts or something.
Kilowatts.
So maybe that's really like 82 horsepower American or something.
That's true. That's true. They got some kind of upgraded exhaust. It doesn't sound all that loud, but it's kind of like this. Oh, okay. Sorry, it's just it's dumping out before the axles.
Oh, it has cutouts.
No, it doesn't really have cutouts. It has so that the hangers from the original exhaust are still there. They're just hanging, flopping around. But the new ones are just they got the tips that just come out right before the axles.
Oh, okay, yeah, just the cheapest way you could do it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So but it has long tube headers.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah. Hey, Paul is saying West Coast Cougar has a great video on how to adjust the steering box.
Oh, hey, let me screenshot this. Let me screenshot that. Leave it up. Okay, yeah. Screenshot. Good stuff.
You got that?
Good stuff.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm still trying to find. There was a comment by Ron, and I don't know where it went. It was a question for Ron. Ron, you might want to resubmit. It's probably
resend it, Ron.
I probably lost it somewhere in there. Yeah. So how's the feed? Nice and clean, clear, good. I'm on Ethernet now. No Wi-Fi.
Oh. Here, let me
So
because on the phone it's all right, but let me do it on my computer.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna have to turn the volume down because it's gonna echo.
Yep. Yep. Hey, yeah, Brian. Tell everybody to put some thumbs up on here. Oh, and is that a Fleming River or I did it?
I did it for mine. For mine here, let's see how smooth you look.
Okay, here we are.
Look, not too bad.
Yeah, hopefully that works out. I mean, I've just got the cable put in. I just finished putting it in yesterday, but
do you see a difference?
I mean, I don't, but I know that people were saying there was a sound interruption or maybe a video interruption. So
when it was happening in the past, it was real intermittent, but when it did happen, it was pretty pronounced.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as soon as I end up hanging up on you, I'll watch you for a little bit and I'll leave in the comments just the quality. Just looking at it right now, it looks all right.
Yeah. Why not?
For sure. Well, I guess that's it, man. Thanks for. I will be on a lot more because I'm going to be showing you the car and just asking you questions, especially those front brake upgrades.
Yep.
Oh, question. I got when you ended up doing, and I'll rewatch the video because I didn't watch the whole video. You upgraded the master cylinder, correct?
Yep.
And you put like a booster on it, right?
Yep.
And is that booster ran off of the vacuum?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, that engine that I have, there's in that Mustang, it's a 302 with a cam. So I think if you go back to that video where I did the engine startup, or maybe it was with one of the exhaust videos or something, I list the cam specs in that video.
Okay.
It's like in the description, like it's a pinned comment or something. So if you go there, that'll give you some idea as to what the cam is that I have in my car. And as far as
I can run that same cam for the 302, the 289.
You should be able to, because from what the little bit, I mean, I've driven my car up and down my street, but I didn't have any issues with the brakes not having enough vacuum. That's what I was trying to get to, was it's not such a big cam that you have a vacuum problem. It seems like it works out fine. So you have to go back. You have to look at those videos in the Jade sequence.
And I got a dumb question. Because I actually I've never done a master cylinder or brakes before. Is there already a vacuum? There should be a vacuum already connected to the brakes. Can I use that original one, or should I reroute it?
Does it have disc brakes or drum?
No, it's all drum.
Okay. Does it have a booster on it right now?
I don't think so.
Okay, then there's no vacuum connected.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to get a port off of the intake manifold. It'll usually underneath the back of the carburetor. There's a port somewhere in that area. I think I may show it on the video. It's just a T port anywhere on the intake of the manifold. Don't go.
And it's probably plugged. So I have to.
Yeah, it should probably have a plug that you could put it. You replace it with that port. So that's all it takes. It's not real complicated.
Cool, man. That's really cool, because once I get this thing, once I get this thing driving well, my life would be great,
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'm still looking forward to the day I drive the Jade Mustang on a regular basis.
Do you? Yeah.
I mean, I haven't driven it yet.
But not the Brooklyn Pony selling and driving, is it?
No, it's not. But it's getting some more attention. So
for sure. So when I get the car back from the body shop, I'm not even going to do the welding myself, but I'm going to have the body shop guy just replace. I'm going to have him do the floor pans. I'm going to have him do the back seat pans. I'm just going to have him do. Screw it. I'm not even doing it myself. I'm just going to have him do everything, because my skill just isn't up to par,
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll do what I do best, and that's hitting the gas, and he does what he does best and fix the car,
That'll work.
So, well, hey, buddy. Hey, actually, what is today? Today's Thursday. Why are you on today? You're inconsistent, man. I can't find you.
Well, I thought about it. I was busy yesterday, but I thought, okay, I'll do one on Thursday. But I also thought, is it better? And this is a question I had for people. Is it better that I do it on Monday at 7 at night, and then Thursday? That creates a gap rather than have it Wednesday, Monday and then Wednesday.
I like it.
I'm thinking Thursday is better.
If you don't mind, send me an email, because my wife just happened to go on. She saw you. She said, "Hey, Joe Daddy's live," and I'm about to hop in the shower. I just threw a shirt on and comb my hair, and I was like, I got to get on. And what I really wanted to do is I wanted to show you the dang car, but I mean, the fact that we're talking about it now it's just good enough,
Yeah. Well, what I've been trying to do, now that I've been using StreamYard, I will, if I'm doing one like today, I posted the pre-video or whatever up early around noon, so that it lets people know that I'm going to be on at 3.
You know what? Maybe I need to click the notification for you. That's what I'm going to do. Yes.
Yeah.
The notification, because I know if I click the notification, there'll be a free hat in the mail. No. I know. I know.
You got to get that. You got to prove. I want to see the dyno slip.
Okay.
You got to prove it.
Okay. And if it don't work, I'll just throw my truck on it.
Yeah. All right. Let me see here. Oh, okay. So Rick Stevenson just checked. No 68 Mustang disc brake upgrades on Amazon. Maybe you can post it, Barry. Well, yeah, I don't. If I can get that the CSRP guy to come on board, that would be nice. Scott's saying it's a clean stream. That's good. Arthur is saying, since we were working with 302s and mild cam, I'm having trouble adjusting a 600. Can anybody help me? Power valve, any information would be awesome. So if anybody has any information for Arthur, by all means, send him a message here in the comments. All right. I don't want to keep you on here for no reason, unless you just want to hang out.
It's cool. It's cool if you're kicking me off. I still need to take a shower anyways.
Yeah, I could.
Barry, I love you either way.
All right, man.
Hey, dude, I will see you on Monday. I might bail on that and come back on next Thursday because I hope I have the car by then.
Yeah.
And my wife, we actually ordered the Eleanor knows the ground effects.
Okay.
It's back ordered a little bit, so we're probably not going to have it for a month or two. We end up having to cancel the order because my wife has to go. She actually has to go back to Scotland because they're canceling all American flights, and she needs to go back. So she might be going back sooner than later. But I just think it'd be really cool to have the Eleanor front end on the.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it. Yeah, I'm hoping she doesn't have to take a boat. That would take a long time to get to Scotland.
Yeah,
especially from where you're at.
True that. Hey, dude.
All right.
I'll talk to you later.
All right. Nice having you on.
You too, man. Hey, bye.
See you. All right. Nice of Steve to show up. Let's see. If anybody has any answers for Arthur, it'd be nice to share some information on that. Ron, okay. Cow replacement, 68 Mustang. This is Ron Koch. Good copy on video. Cow replacement, 68 Mustang. Do you recommend sheet metal hole punch for use as a clean start for spot weld? I mean, if you have one or access to one, yes. Just know that you don't want to get. I don't like the small punch deal where it's like a 1/4-inch hole. To me, that's too small. By the time you start to burn in, you're going to end up with just a small contact area. Typically, I know everybody sees me. I run a drill and I run a step-up drill, and I usually drill probably in that at least 5/16 of an inch, maybe even 3/8, somewhere in that range. But if you have a hole punch, and you're comfortable with it, use it. I mean, I've used them in the past. I like them, so try it. 68 Stang. This is Reese. Hello, Barry. I've created my YouTube channel and posted my first video. It's about taking the gas tank out of my Porsche. Glad to hear that, Reese. Reese has a Porsche he's working on. He was on the live stream last week, I think it was, and we talked about his Porsche and his Mustang that he started building with his dad, and unfortunately his dad has passed away. So I know he's got an uncle helping him with the car, and they're trying to make some decisions as to what they're going to do with the Porsche. So if go check out 68 Stang, should be the name of the video or the YouTube channel. So if you want to see what's going on with that, go to his channel and check it out. Leonard, hydro power brakes were a bad idea. Hated when I had to work on them. Okay. Okay, we're not talking about the standard booster brakes. You're talking about a variation of that, I assume. Let's see. David Outdoor 74 is here. Guido, I put a 70 gas tank on my fastback, 22 gallons instead of 16. Well, there's an easy answer to the fuel tank. And I don't know if it sticks down lower. I don't know what the difference is in the tank dimensions, whether at the seam, if it's bigger on the bottom or bigger on the top. I don't know, but that sounds like an option you could look into. Mo, the 289, 63 to 68 was a high revving, pint-sized powerhouse producing 195 and 210 horsepower base trim, 204 barrel carburetor respectively, and 270 horsepower and hypo. Thank you, Mo. That's a good reference there. Let's see. David Outdoors. Great news. Ran a small wood chipper on biogas. We'll post a video soon. That's cool. I know David's been working on creating biogas in his backyard to run stuff on. So that's awesome. We have, okay, here's a new one. I don't know how you say that. Suveran from Romania. You get a bell for being here today. That's awesome. Yeah, Gary's talking about the hole punch to start the hole and then use a 5/16 inch drill bit, because a lot of those hole punchers, they're just like a 1/4 inch hole, and to me it's just too small. It's got to be stepped up, so when you weld it, it has time to get penetration and really connect. With that small hole, you're really, to me, it just feels like you're just capping it. You're just filling in the hole. You're not really welding anything. So yes, David, great job for Reese. Yeah, hit the like button, definitely. Yep, thumbs up, Ron. Thank you. I'm really hoping that answered your question, but like I said, I've used them, and for a lot of things they're perfect, but I have to go with a larger punch size just because. I will say, I did the giveaway video as well, and I want to talk about this. I sent the flag to Rob, I think it was, in Australia, and now that the things are changing around the world, let's say, I can't say for sure that I'm going to be able to send stuff overseas anymore. And not that I don't want to, but it's, we'll say, not cost effective. I'll just put it that way. So in the future, if I do some giveaways, I hate to say it, but I may not be able to send stuff to, overseas, just because. Just want to point that out. It's become rather expensive to send stuff. So just saying. Let's see. Leonard, Arthur, look up My Vintage Iron and ask Daniel about your carb problem. He might be able to help. So there you go. Arthur, Leonard is suggesting My Vintage Iron, and talk to Daniel. Thank you, Leonard. Appreciate that. Guido, Barry, the 22-gallon tank hangs lower above, I'm not sure how to read that, above very, very level to the trunk floor, or to answer the question. Okay. That got a little out of shape there, Guido, but I'm guessing you're saying the 22-gallon tank hangs lower. Maybe very level to the trunk floor. Okay. I know sometimes it's tough to type stuff out, and I only try to figure it out sometimes, but anyway. So, I'm glad Steve got himself another Mustang. That's pretty cool. Now he's got a his and hers. Okay. All right. So Guido's saying top portion. Okay. Level to the trunk floor. So, okay, you're saying the top portion of the tank is almost level to the drop-off panels on the sides. That's what I'm assuming. Okay. That's what I figured with that bigger tank. That would be some sort of compensation. But back to the garage door. I was talking about the seals and putting the garage door up and making a video for that company. I may have mentioned that over the year or two, that I don't know how long it's been since I made that video. All right, we'll see you, David. All right, Guido, I'll give myself a bell. But the company has, on occasion, sent me a card because they're getting people interested in their products through my video, which I think is awesome. That's fine. That's great. And in the past, they had sent me, I think the first time they sent me like literally like a $5 Starbucks card or something in appreciation. And then several months later, they sent me, I think, like a $10 Dunkin' Donuts card. Okay, that's great. I appreciate that. But I have to give them a shout out because they have surpassed themselves this past week. And, you know, I wasn't expecting, I've never asked them for any compensation other than, you know, initially trying to help me out with the cost of the materials or whatever. Well, they sent me a Target gift card this week, and they must be getting several people looking at their videos or looking at their product through my video because they sent me $100, which is awesome. You know, a $100 Target gift card, and that'll go to good use. You know, and I'm really kind of excited about that because, you know, initially when I did those videos, I was just trying to show a product and give them some traction. And now I've gone back and looked, and I think those videos, I think the roll-up door, the first one, it has like 16,000 views on it. So I went ahead and I made a comment that says, you know, if you're interested in this, let the people know, because that's what's happening is people are letting them know that they saw the product on my channel. And so I was like, hey, and I hadn't mentioned that before, but I said, if you decide you're interested in this product, by all means, let them know you saw it on the videos. You know, I think that's beneficial for both of us. But why not? Now, also, I talked to Advanced Auto Parts on Monday about that affiliate program. And I think I may have mentioned this on Monday night. I'm not sure. I'm waiting to hear back from them on that. I don't know what's taking, you know, questions weren't that deep. So I don't know if they're just evaluating stuff. I don't know. But hopefully they get back to me soon and let me know what I need to do or whatever. But that's another thing that's in the works. Karsten, my 68 Mustang, well, okay, my 68 Mustang has all new disc brakes, but it doesn't brake that well. If I lose vacuum, it gets hard to stop. Well, hey, Jorge, glad you're here. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but that's typically, without the vacuum, it does get hard to stop. I mean, it's a vacuum assist, and it's going to be harder to push on the pedal. So unfortunately, that's kind of how it works. Without that assistance, it's going to be a lot harder. You know, that's just the way it is. Just the nature of the beast, I guess. So I guess if what's causing you to lose vacuum is probably the bigger question. Is there something wrong? Or are you talking about if the car shuts off or something like that? And there's a good response. Guido is saying you could have a faulty booster that's leaking at the diaphragm. So that's something you might consider, is checking out that brake booster. And I don't have an easy way to tell you how to do that, but a lot of times if, you know, the car's, it's going to hold vacuum on that booster, and if you pull the hose out or pull the fitting out of the booster, for one, you'll be able to notice that you are getting vacuum from the engine. If it's running at the time, you'll be able to sense that. But if your car's off, you know, you pull that off, you can hear maybe the diaphragm relieving, like when you pull that hose out. So that might be, you know, should have some sort of residual vacuum in there. So when you pull that out, you hear like a, so, so here's an option. Rick is asking what size cam is in the car. And then Gary is saying spray the booster with soapy water and pump the brakes. That could be another option. You could be losing air as well, so might want to check into that. Here's an easy response from Guido. Plug off the line with vice grips. Pedal will be hard, but you'll have manual brakes. Bad booster. Okay. Bell for Gary. Yeah. Oh, sorry. We'll give Gary a bell. That's good response. I'm looking at this message here on the right. Hold on a second. Leonard, hey, not trying to get off what you're talking about. The jack stands that Harbor Freight is giving to replace the recalled stands are splitting on the weld joint, so be careful with them. Thank you, Leonard. I don't know what they're doing with those jack stands. Thankfully, the ones I have are pretty bulletproof, but I think I got mine from Northern years ago. I've been using them for a long time and never had any issues. You know what? Here's the response from Arthur. Soapy water is not going to do anything because it's a vacuum canister, not a pressure canister on the brake booster. That's a good point. Arthur, you deserve a better bell for that. That's a good point. It is. Yeah, it's a vacuum canister. Now, here's a thought. I know if you have, and this is just a thought. When you're trying to find a vacuum leak in a car, a lot of times people they'll spray like starting fluid around the vacuum hoses. And if there's a leak, it'll suck in starting fluid and change the engine cycle, change the RPM. That may be an option. You could probably try to run the car and spray some starting fluid around different fittings and see what happens. See if that changes anything. So that might be an option. But yeah, Karsten, yes, that may be the problem. Yeah. And then Randall, if I'm putting disc brakes on all four wheels, will manual brakes be acceptable, or should I look at power brakes? That's a good question. I think with Willwood setup, I think with Willwood you can do it with manual. You know, they sell a kit that way, but it's your option. You know, obviously it's going to take more pedal pressure because with disc brakes, and again, I talked about this previously, the caliper wheel cylinders on this old Impala behind me are, what is it? Low volume, high pressure, right? Whereas caliper setups are high volume, low pressure. Is that right? I got it backwards in my head. Low volume, high pressure, high volume, low pressure. Okay, so you may want to look at adding that booster if you have four-wheel disc brakes. I know some people run without it, you know, but there is an advantage to having it. I mean, if I were doing it, I would probably just go ahead and put the booster on. Arthur, starting fluid will help, but if it is the brake booster, it's going to make a large sucking noise under the dash, and you'll be able to hear it if it's bad. Well, that's a good point too. We'll give you another bell for that, Arthur. Anyway, so I'm just going to let this one. I'm already over the hour. I've got 29 people watching, and I'm gonna stop this one. You know. All right. So Greg's going to go. Yeah, I'm going to end this live stream. I still got to bleed these brakes another cycle, and then also finish working on the door seals so I can get this car out of here. As I said, I've got this box right here. That's the TCI spindle kit for stock height. That's going to go into Brooklyn Pony. I've also got the two, well, I showed it in the update video, the cross member pieces that I have. So when I do get the transmission in place, I can show that as well. Let's see. Guido saying he has four-wheel discs, overrated 70% at the front. He loves his rear drums. It's for looks. I put bigger wheel cylinders, bigger drums off a 3/4 ton Ford. Well, there's an option. Anyway, so we'll be doing this again on Monday night at 7 o'clock, and I plan to have Kevin on here, and who knows, maybe somebody else will show up. But that's going to be the end of this one. Thank you all for being here. If you would, throw a thumbs up on the video, help everything grow. Don't forget to buy stuff off of Amazon through my channel. Every little bit helps. And we're going to wait and hear back from Steve on the dyno test on the Mustang. I have a feeling I'm going to end up with $25, and he still won't have a hat. So anyway, that's going to be it. We'll talk to you on Monday. So see ya.